All right, hello, and thank you for tuning in for another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at you! Boom, 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 boom. Yeah! Oh my gosh!
In and out.
Oh my... Did you mess up that basketball?
No, that was just your brilliant shooting there. And one for...
I rimmed it.
9, probably.
Rimmed it around.
Yep. I am Kenny Gallert.
And I am Alex.
and we are your hosts of TGIF Renegades. We have a good show lined up for you. This one is, our title is Sisterly Best Friend.
Sisterly best friend, huh?
Yeah. You know.
Well, so your sister's your best friend? Is that what they're saying?
I guess. I guess so.
All right.
But we'll be reviewing the episodes of Full House and Family Matters with plenty of trivia. What's on the mind of Alex? Alex will give you a little bedtime story before we tuck this night away.
Yeah, what is a great bedtime song?
You said lullaby.
Twinkle, little star.
You gotta find a better one.
I think that's a good one.
That's a good one. Also, later on, I'm going to give you a little trivia or information about the Stephanie Tanner actress, Jodie Sweetin. So,
anything going to be good?
Oh, it's going to be great.
All right.
It's going to be great.
All right.
But with all that said, Alex, it's time to crack open a beer. There you go.
Gosh, sorry.
And get into this because it is TGIF.
You're going to be shocked, but I've been drinking a little bit today.
I am not shocked.
Whew. It's been a rough one.
Yeah.
Started a little earlier than usual today.
Yeah, well, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
Got to start early.
But man.
Drink early, drink often. Is that the... No, that's not it. That's baseball all-star game. They say vote early, vote often.
That's their slogan?
Something like that.
You ever do morning drinking?
It's been a while.
Yes. Yeah, me too. It's been a long time.
Last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend. I thought you said last night.
You started last night, and it's been going
on all night long. All night long.
All night. All night.
All night long. All right, anyways.
All right, Full House. We'll start with that. Season 1, episode 13. Lucky number 13. Titled Sisterly Love. So it probably deals with the kids.
Yeah. Well, that's why I drank early today. To get through this episode.
So this one aired January 8th, 1988.
This episode is a lot funnier and better than last week's
Oh my gosh. A lot
Wow.
better.
Yeah. That was the bottom of the barrel of Full House, I feel like.
And the rating was higher than Sea Cruise.
It's
Give me
crazy.
a break. Yeah. This one is IMDb rating 7.1. Still above 7.
I guess. Still.
Yeah. So the episode starts with Danny entering his house, talking to everyone as they also walk in the house. As he walks, this is how stupid it is, because he walks into his own house. No one's there. The people are still outside, kind of, and he introduces their very own Meryl Streep, Donna Jo Tanner.
And nobody's in the house.
Right. So dumb. So she's in a beautiful red dress with a bouquet of flowers. Turns out they just came back from her being the princess in The Princess and the Frog.
Who's the frog?
I don't know.
And no, I don't remember Princess and the Frog.
No, you don't?
No.
Princess and the Frog, that's the one Disney movie. You haven't seen the Disney one?
No, I had not.
Is
it newer?
No, it's pretty old.
Oh.
I hadn't watched it, but then one day Zoe wanted to watch it, and I watched it with her.
Yeah.
It was creepy.
Yeah.
Like, it
There's
wasn't...
a princess making out with a frog.
Well, you know, like, you think they'd cutesy it up a little bit. And it was, like, a cute movie, but the bad guy in it was super, like, sketchy and I don't know. It was like a dark Disney movie. It was...
So it was like you were the princess, there was a frog there, and then I was the bad guy. The creepy egg.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Danny, talking about the Princess and the Frog, Danny says he laughed, he cried, he learned about life.
What?
But Joey says he missed the ending because Michelle cried at the end.
Huh?
So, and he had to, like, take care of her. Good old Mr. Mom Joey was taking her out. But they convinced DJ to do the ending again. Because, for Joey. But she says she needs a frog. And everyone looks over at Uncle Jesse to be the frog. Like, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as somebody who should play the frog.
No, you would think Joey.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course they're doing it for Joey.
But why did they have Uncle Jesse take Michelle out? If we were going to redo this episode, so then Joey could have done a voice.
A voice, that's true. That is true.
Obviously, he doesn't know how to do a frog voice.
Oh, he does. Later. I mean, not in this episode,
Okay.
but I'm Kermit the Frog. He does that voice at some point, I think.
Yeah.
He could have done that. He could have showcased his Kermit the Frog this early.
Perfect.
Yep.
Ribbit. Ribbit. I don't know how to do it. Ribbit. Ribbit. Wow.
There you go. You got to dig deep.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
You're not going to get it. You sound like an old man.
Ribbit.
All right. So, Uncle Jesse does his best version of a frog, which is really stupid.
What was his? I'm a frog, Ribbit. No.
Well, he crouches down, and then he's like he just does eyes. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he does a noise. Maybe he does.
He does. I think he does go Ribbit.
Ribbit. Yeah. Not a
Ribbit.
yeah. So Uncle Jesse does his best version of the frog, while DJ does her lines from the play. And I skip over her lines because it's stupid. But at the end, everyone claps and loves it. Stephanie does the thing where she licks her finger and touches DJ. Tss, ooh, the girl is hot. They love that line.
Hate it.
That's the second time they've used that line now.
Oh, my God.
DJ did it to Joey about
Yeah.
the college tour stuff.
Yep.
And now Stephanie did it to
Ooh,
DJ.
the man is hot.
Yeah. Stephanie delivered it a little better than DJ.
Yeah.
But DJ says, this acting thing is so cool. And Jesse says, Danny, your girl's got some real talent here.
I know, it's so weird.
Yeah.
You can't just say, DJ might have some talent.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
No, you got to make it weird and be like, your girl over here,
She's got some talent.
Like,
Yeah. So Jesse says he should contact some people in his business, in his line of work, or however he says it, and get her an audition for a commercial or something. And DJ immediately is like, this is a great idea. And Danny sarcastically says, yeah, Jesse, great idea. Like, you never say it in front of the kid,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But he tells DJ he will make some phone calls, but not to get her hopes up.
of course, she's not going to get her hopes up now.
Yeah. He's like, your acting was pretty decent in a kid's play, but
Yeah.
don't get your hopes up for this. So, new scene. It's Uncle Jesse making Michelle a big corned beef sandwich on rye with a big fat kosher pickle.
This side story is so stupid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And why? I've never had, it was a corned beef sandwich, right?
Yep.
Have you ever had a corned beef, like,
No.
cold sandwich?
No. I haven't.
I haven't either. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Why can't we just do a bologna?
Yeah, bologna or turkey sandwich. I mean,
Yeah.
why does it? I don't know.
So weird.
Maybe it's a bigger thing and we're just not in the.
No, it's
in the
not.
loop.
Nobody eats corned beef cold sandwiches.
Tanner family loves it. He says that Michelle must be getting tired of all that strained baby grub they give her, so she might like this. So, side note,
Yeah.
Michelle is wearing a hat in this. Well, both she is and Uncle Jesse are wearing red hats.
Yes.
Uncle Jesse's, I don't think, has a logo on it. Michelle's is what is now the Washington Nationals logo. The Washington
really?
Nationals were not a thing back then. They started in like 05.
Wait.
So I was really confused. Years ago I watched it and I'm like, what the heck? And it's the Washington Senators baseball hat, which was a team back longer time ago. I still think that's weird. Washington. They just a few episodes ago. Last episode, they had a San Francisco Giants hat for the girls. Why wasn't it? Anyways, I just thought it was weird.
That is weird.
But also, not to get confused with the Walgreens logo. The W on the National hat looks exactly like the Walgreens.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Yep. Michelle eats the pickle that he hands out. She's eating that right away. Danny comes in, and he well, why is she eating this? And he immediately takes it from her.
Yeah. That's just
a pickle's not a bad thing for a kid.
I understand the sandwich.
Yeah, the sandwich was a little weird. But
a pickle?
Yeah. She's gnawing on it, whatever.
She needs to eat baby food.
Yeah. So now Joey comes home from the grocery store, and Jesse asks if he wants a corned beef sandwich on rye, and Joey declines. Joey says, why would he want that when he has healthy stuff to eat, like meatless vegetable cutlets, marinated tofu squares, and salt-free rice crackers?
This is like Megan coming home from the grocery store.
I was just going to say. Do you eat that stuff with her?
I do not.
Yeah.
She buys all this stuff. Love her to death. She buys all this stuff, but then she'll go grab a Kit Kat bar. While she's making her tofu stuff.
Right. So Jesse and Danny rag on Joey a bit, and Joey says, joke all you want. But he had gotten test results from his doctor. Nothing to be alarmed about, but his cholesterol level is a little bit high, and he needs to start exercising, eat less saturated fats, and he has decided to completely give up junk food. Danny and Jesse look at him like he's crazy, and he says, what? You guys don't think I can do it? They quickly go on eating. They're immediately oh, anyways.
This sandwich. So they're not trying to help him.
No.
The man works. He has high cholesterol.
Yeah. He knows they don't believe in him, and he says, you are talking to Mr. Willpower, dudes.
I know.
And he says he can do it. He gave up smoking like that. And Danny says he's known Joey his whole life and has never seen him smoke. And Joey says, when I was 12, I smoked 4 cigarettes. My dad caught me and I quit cold turkey.
Oh, no.
So now
4 cigarettes, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a hell of a memory.
Yeah. Is that in one sitting there? Or is that 4 different times when he was 12? I don't know.
So his dad must have smoked. Well, he could have got it anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, his dad didn't want him to smoke. Then.
Right. Maybe Mindy was the smoker.
Oh, yeah, I bet so.
At the casino and stuff.
That makes sense. Mindy was a smoker.
Yeah. Danny says, okay, back to my life. Which is so not a Danny thing to say.
I know. Why? Wow.
They don't care for Joey now.
It sounds like it.
They're like, go in your room, we fixed up for you.
Why are you up here?
Yeah. Turns out there is an audition for a cereal commercial, and he isn't sure if he should tell DJ about it. And Jesse says to go for it. Joey says not to because DJ might get beat out by some professional kiddie actor, and she is going to feel like a loser. Quite the conundrum.
True, but you're not letting DJ go for her dreams. Though,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's just an audition.
Right.
Go on, though, because this part even gets stupider, I feel like.
So Jesse and Joey go back and forth with she should do it, don't let her do it thing. And Danny says that that's the hardest part of being a parent. Every decision we make can alter the lives of these girls forever. And now Jesse and Joey they look at each other kind of that's pretty a deep thought there. They think for a second and then they change their stance on what they just said, and they're like, no, you should let her do it. Joey says, yeah, you should let her do it, and Jesse's like, no. Who are you?
So they swapped what they were saying.
Yeah. So then Danny says, maybe he should talk this over with DJ instead of them, and he calls them Gomer and Goober.
Yeah. So stupid.
Danny goes upstairs, and Joey now realizes every decision is important in these girls' lives. He questions which food to give Michelle, strained broccoli or strained peas.
It's going to alter her decision for life.
Exactly.
Why not give her both?
Well, because that could alter her decisions in life.
Dude, AJ would need string peas, string beans?
Broccoli. Strained broccoli and strained peas.
And then, like, 2 more damn things in a sitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that wouldn't even be enough for him.
And Michelle was a big baby. She could pack it away, I'm sure.
She's a lot older, too, I think, than AJ right now. Right?
Yeah. Jesse wants no part of this important decision. And Joey lets Michelle choose. And it's dumb, but Michelle's smile at the end is actually pretty cute when she picks, because she grabs that one. I didn't see which one.
Yeah, I didn't see which one either.
But then Joey's like, remember, Michelle, that's your decision. And she, like, smiles. It was pretty cute, actually. One time I'll say Michelle is cute in this so far.
Not this episode.
You're not in my court on this
No.
one? No. Okay.
Probably never will be.
All right. So now Danny is walking into the girls' room, and DJ's doing her homework. Danny goes to talk to her and can't, like, comfortably sit in the little chair in her room. He's huge for that chair.
She's too big for that.
She is. That table is small.
Yeah.
Although we have a table like that, too, that Elijah's... I mean, he sat at it when he was, like, 3. Zoe sits at it, like, perfect, and Elijah will sit there, and he hovers over it. But
it's like he do his homework on...
oh, no.
I mean, like, she looks so uncomfortable doing her homework there.
Even Stephanie looks probably like she's getting a little too big for her. Move it to Michelle's massive room.
Come on. Yeah.
She's got that huge room and a rocking chair and a crib in it, and that's about it.
We crammed 2 beds, a toy chest, a table set.
Yeah. Dressers.
It's still weird that they have a table set in their bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
A little bit. In the middle of the room, too. It
Yeah.
looks kind of weird, but...
I mean, they would have so much more space if they took that out.
So much room for activities.
Wait, did we talk about this? Do they only have one closet?
They do. That we know of. That...
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, like... You know,
you're right.
Where you're looking is...
You don't see the other side of the...
Right. If they're sharing that closet, that's...
There's like,
That's a small closet, too. So he tells her to think this over first, but he has an audition for her. And she immediately goes, I want to do it. And he tries to talk to her rationally about it. Like, well, remember, people don't always want the first, you know, like whatever. He's just trying to reason with her, make her think about it before she jumps in.
Actually being a dad.
Yeah. And she just keeps, like, talking over him. I want to do it. Then finally, as he still is trying to reason with her, she grabs his face and says, listen to me, Dad. I want to do it.
Jeez.
And he finally gets her to say that she'll consider it first. Like, she'll consider all the potential negative things before jumping into it. And she says, okay. And he leaves the room and he just stands right outside the door because he knows she'll be there in a second. And then about a second goes by and she comes flying around to look for, or to run to him downstairs, and realizes he's behind the door there. And she yells, I want to do it!
So annoying.
New scene. We are at the audition waiting in the waiting room.
Yep.
And Uncle Jesse's there with Stephanie and DJ. I'm going to get this out of the way early. Why was Stephanie there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he didn't bring Michelle. It's not like he had the duty of being with them both.
Well,
with all of them.
Stephanie might have wanted to go with.
That's true.
DJ was like, yeah, I want Stephanie to come with me.
Moral support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
For now, moral support.
Yeah. DJ says, wow, everyone looks so professional. Then a little girl comes out of the audition, and a lady says, very nice audition, Karen. And the little girl says, thank you so much, Vivian. It felt good for me, too. The little girl hands her a new picture and a resume, and then says, ciao. As the little girl leaves, Stephanie says, was that a little girl or a tiny grown-up? She was like very
Yeah.
very professional. DJ tells Uncle Jesse that she feels like this is a big mistake. She says something like she doesn't even have a
Picture?
Yeah, I don't even have a picture.
I don't even have a portfolio.
Yeah. Uncle Jesse tells Stephanie to go color and then walks over and he's like trying to smooth talk.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hook up with
I thought he was too.
She was...
I was going to say, she wasn't half bad. I mean,
No,
but he walks over and he's like, hey, Viv, may I call you Viv? And he introduces himself and introduces DJ, pretty much embarrassing DJ.
Yeah.
What does he do? Show that smile or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, something weird. And Vivian says to sign in and leave her picture and resume at the desk. And she says she has no picture. And Stephanie runs over. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She holds it up, and it's just like
a circle.
it's a circle with dots for eyes and a smile.
She should be able to draw better than that.
Yeah, she should.
Yeah.
Well, it was quick. It was quick.
Yeah, it was
quick run. And she says that she colored one, and she said, "I didn't have time to make the hair."
Oh, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch
It's
that.
just bald circle. Now we cut scene to the audition.
Yeah, she got right in.
Yeah. So she's auditioning, and Stephanie and Uncle Jesse are kind of off to the side. Vivian is holding up cue cards, and DJ's saying the lines in front of a big box of Olsen's Oat Boats.
Do you think those are like honey flavor?
I don't know. They didn't say honey on it. They didn't have a picture of a honeycomb.
That's true.
So,
Just regular old grain oats.
yeah,
Huh.
probably.
Kids are going to be really going for those.
She recites the lines. It's a corny little... Shh, the parents are out of the room.
Shh.
Or no, the kids are out of the room. Yeah.
Are the kids out of the room?
Yeah.
Come closer, parents. I need to tell you something.
Right? Something like that.
Yeah. You heard nothing.
You heard nothing from me.
Yeah.
She did pretty good.
She didn't do bad for an actress pretending to be an actor.
Not an actress.
Yeah.
A professional actress trying to play not a professional actress trying to get an actress job.
Yeah, there you go. Almost as good as Will the Thrill play being a basketball player and not being a good actor.
That's true.
Gosh, there's so many levels to this that I can't even follow. After she does her lines, Uncle Jesse claps and gets all excited, and Vivian stops him like quickly.
Will the Thrill Morgan. Sorry, just had to.
Yeah. Vivian stops him like so quickly. She's like too professional for clapping in the audition room.
Yeah.
She thinks DJ was terrific. She's got to go get Mr. Benton, who makes the final call, and have her do it for him too. She's so prissy. I can see why Uncle Jesse didn't go for her.
No. I'm shocked that they missed this opportunity.
They did. Maybe he's not. Hey, he's
Settling down a little bit?
he's settling down. He's raising these girls.
Okay.
He's
I don't
taking this
I
job
don't think
serious.
It's happening.
DJ starts like freaking out.
God! Pisses me off.
Then she tries to act all cool. I mean, very well. And then DJ says, may I go to the restroom to do my hair before Mr. Benton gets here? And Uncle Jesse says he's got to put change in the meter. So it leaves Stephanie alone in the room with Vivian. They ask. As I was writing it, I'm like, they better ask somebody, like, is it cool if Stephanie stays here? Because she's only 5. I mean, that's not like leaving DJ. That's a little different.
Why does TJ have to go do her hair again? That's stupid.
It looked just as good when she came out. But, yeah, so Stephanie's alone in the room with Vivian.
Well, you forgot when they were leaving, her and Uncle Jesse went,
Oh, yeah, they did it again. And then they go, ooh, cool. Oh, man. Stephanie asks if she can eat some cereal because DJ was so good it made her want some. And Vivian says, knock yourself out. He's so rude. But Stephanie goes on to say she loves oat boat races. So as she says this, in comes Mr. Benton, who, I mean, he was quick.
yeah.
Vivian made it sound like he was She had to go get him or something. She just had to call, and he was right in the room.
Came through the back door.
Yeah. But Stephanie continues with a cute little race between the banana and the strawberry. The strawberry's ahead. The banana takes the lead. And the banana wins. The banana wins with a first place trip to my mouth. So cute. And while she was doing that, Mr. Benton's like looking at Vivian, and he's like, shh, like not wanting to interrupt the cuteness. And he tells Vivian he didn't think they were going to go this young, but she's adorable. And he says, Vivian, you've done it again. He says to Stephanie as Uncle Jesse and DJ walk in, congratulations, young lady. You're the new Oat Boat girl. And then individually, Stephanie goes, what? DJ goes, what? And then Uncle Jesse goes, what? And then the sad music plays. And Stephanie is like has a confused face, and DJ has her pissed off, hand on the hip, glare at Stephanie. And we go to a commercial.
Okay.
All right.
How fast was Uncle Jesse?
Oh, man. I mean, what floor were they on? I mean, they had to be on like at least a couple story plays.
Like, he flew.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I mean, she instantly went over and started doing it.
Yeah. And he's back up. DJ did her hair, but didn't change anything really.
No,
and
it's the same.
Took as long as Uncle Jesse did to do it.
Gosh.
Maybe it was
crazy.
Maybe it was right outside the door. You got a front row parking spot.
You got to go through that door, go through another door, go through another door.
That's true.
And if he got a front row spot, I guess.
Yeah.
Fiddle with your pocket to get some change. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, jeez.
He was running. He had to run. He left a 5-year-old unattended.
That's true. With a bitchy ass lady.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So after the commercial, in the kitchen at the Tanner house, Joey and Danny are there, and Joey is about to try his special seaweed protein wheat germ tonic. God, I don't know. I mean, quitting junk food and watching what you eat is one thing. Seaweed protein wheat germ tonic that's jumping down a whole different...
I do feel like Megan does something close to that, but I don't think seaweed.
Yeah.
Now, I think she does eat seaweed chips. I'm not too positive.
Wheat germ?
No, I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't either.
No,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, because I would never do it.
Right. Joey tries it, and he's grossed out, but he kind of like has his head turned to Danny or away from Danny, and then he like,
It's good.
Yep. He's Mr. Willpower, dudes.
Dudes.
Into the kitchen storms DJ to get a drink. Hard day.
Yeah.
She needs to grab a drink.
Joey taught her well.
She needs her old yoo-hoo or whatever they are.
Yeah.
That's
It would be yoo-hoo, right?
I think it's what she grabbed. She got it out and she snapped open the top.
Did it have a yellow label?
I think so.
Oh.
So she grabs a drink, sits down all like huffy and puffy, you know. And Danny says, something tells me things didn't go great at the audition. And she says, oh no. He says, well, we talked about this. They probably just gave the part to somebody's relative.
Oh.
And she says, oh yeah. And in walks Uncle Jesse and Stephanie. Danny says, I know. DJ didn't get the part. And Uncle Jesse says, something you didn't know. Stephanie did. And Danny gets all excited. He's, oh, honey. And he gives her a hug. And then turns to DJ and he says, I'm really sorry. He turns back to Stephanie. Oh, God. Again, I'm really sorry.
What terrible parenting.
I know. Why wouldn't you just like get to the bottom of it instead of immediately congratulating and all that? But he asks Uncle Jesse what happened, and Jesse doesn't really answer, but Joey says, well, at least there's a bright side. I wasn't involved.
That's true. That's so true.
Yeah. Stephanie asks if DJ is mad at her, and she's all like fake nice. Like, oh no, why would I be mad at you? Way to go, Steph. And DJ leaves, and Stephanie asks the guys if it's okay to be happy. And when Danny says yes, she yells out, "I got it! I got it!" And he says, "To be happy, quieter."
Yeah.
And she, like, real quietly leaves the kitchen, and she's like, "I got it! I got it!" Oh, man. So now, new scene, Joey's up talking to Michelle in her room while holding a burger and fries. I am going to try and breeze through this. Cause
Yeah.
he asks if she is sure she doesn't want it. Like, he plays it off. Like, you sure you don't want this stuff? Because, and then he goes on to take a bite, finally, and Danny yells for him.
Yeah.
"Joey, are you in here?" So then he quick crams the burger under a pillow or something in Michelle's crib. And somehow Michelle grabs a fry.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see him actually hand one to her, but it shows him cram the thing and she's holding a fry. Danny and Jesse walk in while Joey has a mouthful of burger. And he's talking, they're asking him something, and he's talking with his mouth full. And they see the fry in Michelle's hand, and they uncover the fast food. Like, Jesse does a whole thing of, Michelle must have ran out to blah, 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 blah. I can't.
It's bad.
I breezed by it.
Glad you breezed by it.
Yeah. So they uncover the fast food, and Joey admits he's weak. "I'm not Mr. Willpower. I'm Mr. Cholesterol." And he tries to dive into food.
But he didn't say dudes.
No, he didn't. Danny tries to reassure him and says, "Joey, you went from all junk food to, I don't know what the hell you've been eating." Now, Danny said hell.
I did. Oh, wow.
Danny says he needs moderation, not to just quit cold turkey.
I didn't know Joey was eating like shit kind of stuff.
Well, he eats a lot of cereal. I knew that.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
well, now he's gonna
popcorn.
He's gonna eat a ton of cereal now if they're gonna get it for free.
That's true. That's true. A lot of oatmeal, but they're healthy. They're not.
Yeah, I guess true. That's true.
As healthy as cereal can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of the food. The Joey's food bit there.
Beautiful.
So far, that is on pace with what's the side thing that was one of Rachel's side stories. The baking thing was pretty stupid in the background of that one episode. Yeah, that's the mama. That was the side one that
I just hate side plots.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Right.
I like the side plots that sometimes there's side plots that
intermix with the main plot. Yeah. This had nothing to do with it.
Not one.
It was
thing.
Literally they had the idea for the commercial thing or the audition stuff, and they're like, "Crap, we got 7 extra minutes we need to work with.
And what are we gonna have Joey do this whole time?"
Joey's just been standing around in the background of scenes this whole time.
Yeah.
People are starting to confuse him with the mannequin. Anyways, Danny tells the guys to keep an eye on DJ and Stephanie. He's about to leave to go to work. He says right now the girls are avoiding each other, but that could end very, very soon. They share a room. And Danny hands Michelle to Joey, and then a cutesy scene with Michelle feeding Joey a couple of fries or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, Michelle being kind of cute in a way, but it was just pretty dumb. So I guess I was wrong. Now the scene with the food stuff ends.
Ends. Thank goodness.
All right. New scene again. Downstairs in the kitchen, Stephanie is rehearsing her lines, and she's doing it wrong as DJ walks in. She's reading the stage instructions.
Yeah.
Stephanie pours bowl of cereal. These are great. Whatever.
And here comes a-hole DJ.
Yeah. DJ comes in and laughs at her. And then, and then Stephanie stops and she starts doing it again. And DJ laughs again. And then Stephanie kind of just says, if I'm doing anything wrong, would you let me know? And DJ says, you didn't care about doing it wrong when you stole my part. Or you didn't need my help when you stole my part. And then they do some stupid little more arguing about being jealous and stuff. Then a chasing each other scene with the box of cereal.
Did you see? I thought DJ was going to break that table. I thought it was going to flip over.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh, man. It was close. That table wasn't very sturdy.
No.
Yeah, DJ ends up saying, "Give me that box of cereal, Stephanie Judith." And Stephanie says, "No way, Donna Jo Margaret."
Donna Jo's her first name.
Yeah, yeah.
And Margaret's her middle name then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They fight over the box of cereal, and it rips, and cereal goes flying.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not, I guess, cereal back then didn't come in little bags.
No, apparently not.
Just in cardboard.
Yeah. Huh. I guess so. Joey and Jesse grab each of them. I almost said grab each other. Anyways, they grab each of the girls to stop them from fighting, and they send Stephanie to the living room to keep practicing. And they tell DJ to go downstairs and wait for him.
Did you see how aggressively Uncle Jesse grabbed onto DJ?
No.
Like it was
Well,
like
she was the one to watch out for in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Bigger and actually pissed off.
Yeah.
Stephanie's smaller and
She thought they were just kind of fighting.
yeah. But DJ storms off, crunching a bunch of the cereal into the floor as she walked.
I'd be so pissed
Oh my
off.
gosh, I would be so mad.
Like I would have been like, clean that shit up.
Yeah.
No.
First, clean it up, then go downstairs.
Yeah.
After a little commercial, DJ is downstairs in Joey's room.
Oh, it's back.
Joey's
It's back.
room is back. She's on an exercise bike down there. She is pedaling like a mad lady.
She was
flying on that thing. Your parents probably had a exercise.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I totally forgot that you can crank that thing up and it's harder. I forgot all about doing it.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like it.
I saw that in the episode and I'm like, dang, man, I kind of should get an exercise bike.
Yeah, you need a bike.
The guys come down to talk to her, and she's just ignoring them basically and biking super fast still. And Jesse turns the pressure up to make it harder to pedal, and she gets off the bike all pissed because she storms over to the bed to sit down, and neither guy they kind of like slap each other to who's gonna go talk to her, neither wants to. But Joey goes over. He starts telling her that him and Uncle Jesse have faced rejections in their line of work all the time. Performing is a series of rejections, occasionally interrupted by work. That's how he explained it.
She should already know all this.
I know. You see Joey moping around drinking, drunk on the couch all day.
All day long.
She says, "Well, if either one of you had a part stolen from you by your sister," and they're like, "Ooh," because they haven't.
No.
And Jesse's probably like, "Bitch, don't talk about my dead sister."
Yeah, that's your mom. Your mom died. What a jerk.
That was a low blow there, DJ.
Wow.
She storms to a different end of the room.
If I was Uncle Jesse, I'd be like, DJ, I wish that would have happened to me. But my sister isn't around anymore, DJ. That would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect one, because then you could be like, you have your sister take to heart these moments.
Perfect.
Yep. Dang, he missed out.
Yeah.
It's a good thing AJ has you.
I know. I got this locked down.
But you don't have the same story as Uncle Jesse, but you can use...
Yeah, I'll just use that story.
Yeah, just from Full House.
Yeah, but Dad, your sister's still alive.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah.
But just imagine if she was. Use your imagination, dude. So they, again, quietly argue about not wanting to go over to talk to her. But Jesse does, and he starts all sarcastically saying that Stephanie must have done this on purpose. She stole the part right out from under you. And it's funny because he works up like the story, like Then she used her telekinetic powers to get us to leave the room so she could win the part. He has a whole rant. I love his... I didn't write it all down, so you got to listen to it.
Just to make her feel like crap, huh?
Yeah, because it makes her realize she's the one who's overreacting to everything. But I love how Joey keeps interjecting too, because he'd say something and Joey would go, "The monster," and then Jesse would say more, and then Joey would go, "The conniving little sneak," and then at the end he says, "I say we light some torches, find the she-devil, and drive her into the night."
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. What if DJ would have been like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, let's do it. It gets DJ to laugh and realize that they're right, that Stephanie didn't do it on purpose. But then she says, "But I'm still mad at her." And they ask what the real reason she's so mad is. And she basically says it was better before she had any sisters. Again, perfect time for Uncle Jesse to chime in and be like, "Look, I know you're mad at him, but
gosh, come on."
Big miss on this. DJ says, "When Stephanie came along, everyone thought she was so cute.
She is." Yeah.
Then Michelle came along, and everyone thinks she is so cute."
Nah, that's not true. Not true.
"It's so disgusting." Joey makes a good point then, and he says, "Was it so disgusting when you did the play and everyone thought you were so cute?"
Shots fired.
Yeah. And she says, "No, that was fine." Uncle Jesse tells her she can't overlook the benefits of being the firstborn. She doesn't get any hand-me-downs. She gets to date first, drive first. She'll be the first to go to an R-rated movie. But the best part is that she has 2 little sisters who look up to her and need her and love her very, very much.
Because they have no other woman influence in their lives.
Right. Yep. Exactly. There you go. He needed to lay that down. Man, they really should have hammered this song.
I'm telling you. Missed opportunities.
Yeah. They all kind of smile about that they love her very much. And Joey says, "What do you say? Should we light the torches, find the beast, and drive her into the darkness?" And they laugh. Yeah. He's like, "It really sounds fun."
Yeah, calm down.
They laugh, and she says, "I guess not." And then, I don't know, she says something else, but I don't know. Then they stupidly tickle DJ or something in the scene.
Yeah.
And now we're up in the living room where Stephanie is dialing the phone. Kids just dial the phone.
5 years old, just dialing away.
Yep.
She knows exactly who she's calling and everything.
She calls information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at first I was like, geez, what if the kid dialed
a
weird number? And I don't know. But she asks information for Mr. Boat. Mr. Oat Boat. She tells information that his cereal is tearing her family apart. DJ walks in wanting to talk to her. And Stephanie says, she's on the phone with information. And she says, "My sister is here. I need to put you on hold." "Hello? Hello?" And then she hangs up and she goes, "How rude."
Oh, is that the first How Rude?
That's the first How Rude.
Oh, nice.
People must have loved it. Ate it up.
Somehow that got everybody's gears grinding.
Yep. And she hangs up and Stephanie says, "I'm sorry I stole your part." And DJ says, "It's okay. She didn't know what she was doing." And Stephanie says, "That's true. I never know what I'm doing."
So true.
And I think we need the guys to come in.
Guys!
All right. So DJ says, "But you were right about one thing." She admits she was a little jealous. Stephanie says she's always jealous of DJ. "Really?" And Stephanie says she thinks that DJ is the smartest, prettiest, funnest girl she knows. Except when you hate me. Aww.
Or when she hangs out with Kimmy.
Yeah, that's true. Then DJ says, I don't hate you. I was just mad at you. And someday, I will probably be mad at you again. And DJ goes on to say, I know the rule is you have to love your little sister. But even if you were some strange little kid who lived in my room, I'd love you anyways. You're my best friend. And Stephanie says, really? And they agree that they're each other's best friends. They hug and the audience claps. Then Stephanie says, but do we really need Michelle? and they laugh, and DJ says, yeah, like something like, you'll like her a little bit better when you can boss her around. And they go to work on the script some more, and DJ informs her she doesn't need to say the instruction lines. She just needs to say the lines that she's supposed to say.
Oh!
And Stephanie's like, oh, you're a genius, or whatever she says. And then it shows them like talking, and Uncle Jesse and Joey are in the back area of the living room.
Creeping out. Like,
yep, and they're all smiling because they helped work this all out. And that's the end.
All right.
It was
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was way better than last episode.
Yeah.
Going off of that to this is good.
It was not bad.
No. But what's on the mind of Alex in this one? What do you got for us?
So, when I was watching this, I really liked the idea of letting AJ choose which food
Yeah, okay.
he should get.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
So have you tried that yet?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Not yet. Maybe tomorrow.
Right.
Maybe tomorrow I'll do it.
Yeah.
Also, my thinking is, too, what did Uncle Jesse drive to the... Because obviously Danny was at work, so he drove this car.
Well, was he? Because when we come back, Danny and Joey are at home talking, because that's when Joey was doing the tonic.
Wait a minute. So Danny didn't take his own daughter down?
Maybe he came back from work and then he's with Joey. But they lay it out like,
yeah, you're right.
And then at home, Danny and Joey
he has a motorcycle.
Yeah,
that's he's gonna drive. He's not driving Joey's piece of shit.
No.
Car.
And do you think Danny would trust him to drive Walter
after
what he did with...
No, absolutely not. So both girls just hopped on a motorcycle.
I guess, maybe. They didn't have helmets with them. No one walked in with a helmet.
Yeah.
You can't leave that. You probably wouldn't leave it on the bike.
No, you're right. And so the last thing is, if you notice, Uncle Jesse is wearing that green shirt again.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was from Sea Cruise.
I think so. Yeah.
So it came back.
Yeah.
With the black vest.
They didn't have a whole lot of outfits.
Yeah, I guess not. I noticed that.
Yeah. But so Full House trivia. The episode title is a take on brotherly love, which means like a kind attitude towards each other. Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love.
So this is sisterly love?
Yeah, sisterly love. So just a play on the words there. We already said it first time. Stephanie says, how rude.
Right.
By the way, Zoe says that.
Oh,
now.
No.
Yeah.
Does she say it like?
Not quite, but she
how rude.
Yeah, she does do a little sassiness in it, but she does. I don't think she said any Michelle quotes, which was a great thing.
You're not yet.
Not yet, anyways. Yeah, she does say, "Cut it out."
Oh,
she's said that before. Yeah, not like exactly, but one time I did say, "Cut it out," and she goes, "Like Joey."
Oh no!
So she's onto this stuff. This is the second consecutive episode where a Tanner family member stars in a commercial.
Yep, you're right.
Danny was on the...
Yep.
Well, the whole family was, but Danny was the main focus.
Gosh, just like... stars are out
I know. The Oatboats cereal box.
Yeah.
I said it. It's Olsen's Oatboats. There's a little Olsen's on there.
Oh.
So possibly a nod to Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Wow, that's a good find.
Yeah. The girls called each other by their middle names, with their middle
So
names.
full. Well, that's not their last name. But
Right. But yeah, so we got a little more knowledge on the
Yeah.
characters. Donna Jo Margaret and Stephanie Judith. The last thing is Jodie Sweetin. This isn't part of my Jodie Sweetin trivia I mentioned, but this is about Jodie Sweetin, Stephanie. She started her acting career starring in an Oscar Mayer hot dog commercial.
Oh,
At age 4, and it caught the eye of the Full House producers.
wow.
So
An Oscar Mayer commercial caught the eye.
yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah. So she was age 4, and then I think she had she was on an episode of some show,
Okay.
like one episode, and then she was full
Cast
on this. So yeah, the next episode of Full House is Half a Love Story.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen this episode.
By the title, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I know I've watched it, obviously, and you have too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But by the title, I'm like, huh? Oh no! Now I know what it is. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I'll have to look.
You're gonna love it. So
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
I better. I've been disappointed since Sea Cruise.
it's been a uphill battle
Yeah.
here for us.
Well, so how we getting?
Yeah. So to get to Chicago, bear with me here. Stick with me on this
Are
one.
can I grab alcohol?
You can grab alcohol.
Okay.
It might be tough because what we got to do first is we got to remove the stand from that exercise bike. Whatever's keeping that thing stationary, we're gonna remove it, and because it goes fast. I mean, DJ was flying on it, so we're gonna hop on this bike. We're gonna turn it into a regular bike.
Okay.
And we're gonna just pedal our asses from San Francisco to
Holy
Chicago.
I am not pedaling.
With beer.
I'm not pedaling.
You want to sit on the handlebar?
Oh, here we go. I know what to do. This will make all you people happy.
Okay.
Well, you and Mercedes.
Okay.
We'll pull old Wizard of Oz, and I'll put a damn basket on the front, and I'll be Toto, and you could be Dorothy.
Yes. There we go. That's perfect. Perfect.
So just call me Toto now. That's it.
All right. Let's go, Toto. Let's head on out.
We got to go to the liquor store first.
Yep. Gotta get to the liquor store. Go. All right. So do you need another beer?
Well, yeah, of course I do.
That was tough pedaling for me. You were just pounding them in that basket.
Are you gonna give this bike back?
No, we already damaged it. It's ruined. They can't use it for exercise
true.
purposes.
Not like they ever would have used that again anyway.
I know. It'll never be in another scene, I bet.
No.
But do you think it's funny? Joey was talking about exercise. He needed to exercise more.
Oh.
And there's a bike in his room.
Good thinking on their part. I like
true.
it.
I don't know if they tied that in on purpose.
I bet they had to have.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, you would think. All right, so Family Matters.
Yes.
This is a good one. So season 1, episode 13. You gonna open that beer?
Oh, sorry. For some reason I was gazing into your eyes. I don't know why.
Well, hey, it's,
God, I'm weird.
yeah. Well, so title is Man's Best Friend.
Oh, is that why I was gazing into your eyes?
There you go. Good boy, Toto.
Wow.
It worked out perfectly.
Wow.
So the date this one aired, January 5th, 1990.
All right.
And
I'll just talk like a dog this whole episode.
IMDb rating 7.2. Ahead of Full House. So Family Matters.
See, that's what I'm saying. I love Family Matters more than Full House.
It's right now. It's better.
Yeah.
And then Urkel just
Darn tootin'.
Urkel just got brought in,
Yeah.
and so it's only going to get even better. So, the cold open, we got Eddie in the living room building a big model ship.
Really impressive.
It's huge.
It's-
He's got it on a blanket on the coffee table, and
That literally probably takes a year or two to make.
Yeah.
For a grown up.
right.
So
Right. He had it going. Urkel walks in. Hi, Eddie.
No.
Eddie says, Urkel, why don't you knock?
Well, if I did, no one would ever let me in. Where's Laura?
Already looking for her.
Yep. Eddie says she's upstairs, and Urkel tells him he's going to ask her out for Saturday night.
Okay. I think it's going to get rejected. But...
Second time's a charm.
Yeah.
Eddie says not to waste his time, and down comes Laura. And she, like, immediately starts turning around, and Urkel goes, Hi, Laura. I saw you. And he asks her out for Saturday. She says she's busy. He asks about Sunday, also busy. Then she says, let me put this as nicely as I can. I will never go out with you. You make my skin crawl.
Wow.
That's as nicely as she can say it.
Man.
He says he understands he caught her at a bad time.
What? Positive.
She leaves into the kitchen, and he turns to Eddie and says, she wants me bad. And as he goes to leave, his foot gets snagged on the blanket under the model ship, and it pulls the whole ship down, and it breaks.
Oh my gosh.
I would be torn.
How many times do you think that they had to like react that? I think it was a one-time shot.
They better hope it was a one.
Because who's making those ships if you have to keep redoing
Yeah,
it?
exactly. That'd be a lot of work.
Because the ship got destroyed.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It busts. Yeah, they better have done that in one. They probably said, we got one shot here. Anyways, he knocks the ship down, breaks it. Whoops. Did I do that? Eddie's pissed, runs for him. Urkel sprints out of the house with Eddie chasing him. Well, we're on to the episode. We start out in the kitchen with all the kids rushing in while Rachel and Harriet are fixing up dinner.
Well,
I can assume they're fixing up dinner. I don't know.
of course.
Right.
I think she was making meatloaf, actually.
Probably.
And
It just reminds me of the first episode.
well, and Mother Winslow is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, she's
So
not in this
it
episode
probably
either.
is. Yeah.
That's back-to-back episodes.
Yeah, where the hell... I thought she was a huge part
I
in this
know,
show.
it sucks.
I really did.
Yeah, she's getting bumped already. Laura tells them they have a surprise that they're going to love. And Eddie chimes in with that it's something they cannot live without. And Harriet hopes it's a maid. And Rachel hopes it's a man. The kids say, close your eyes. And Laura brings in a dog.
What?
Did you think the dog was cute?
Not really.
Nah, me either. It's pretty shaggy.
Yeah, I mean,
It's cute in that shaggy way.
I just thought that they would, like, got a cuter dog to play the role.
Right.
Like, it's an older dog.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Well, they had to get a dog that looked like a stray.
You're right.
Right. But Harriet's not too thrilled. What a sweet little dog, she says. Now get him out of here.
Jeez.
Apparently this dog has been hanging around their school for a week. He has no tag, no license, and they've tried to find his owner by putting up flyers and such, but no one's claimed him.
Okay.
They've done their due diligence.
Yeah.
Judy says, can we keep him? Please.
Oh, gosh.
And Harriet says, quit whining.
Did she really?
She did.
Yes.
She said, quit your whining. You know your father's rule. No pets unless they're in a cage, a bowl, or a roasting pan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What pets have they roasted?
Right. Well, I don't know.
Man.
Rachel sides with the kids and wants Harriet to say yes. Harriet tells Rachel to take the dog to the shelter. And Rachel melts when the dog lays down and whimpers a little bit.
Yeah.
Aren't you just a cute little thing? She then asks again if they can keep it. And her and all the kids say, please. Harriet says she'll talk to Carl when he gets home. That basically says not to get their hopes up.
Right.
Just then, Carl yells from the living room that he's home. Harriet, I'm home. He should have known. You don't need to yell from the living room.
You know where
she's
she
gonna
is.
be in the kitchen. Everyone freaks out to get the dog upstairs and out of the room. And Harriet tells Rachel, stay, sit.
Yeah. She is in a mood today.
Yeah, that's back-to-back episodes. She's in a bad mood. She says, I'm not breaking this to Carl alone. Carl walks into the kitchen saying he has had the worst day of his entire life. You know why he had his worst day?
I do. He was in a police chase, and he ran out of gas. How is that even possible?
I know. How long were you in this chase for that you would have ran out of gas? Because you better have had your things filled
okay.
up.
I guess that's a good point.
I mean,
Maybe he might have been in it for a while. I was thinking like right away.
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, there goes that. What was he? What
Safest driver on the force.
That would take it away.
Yeah, I would think so. Then he says he almost ran over Eddie's bicycle when he got home because Eddie had left it in the driveway again. Carl says he's going to talk to that boy now.
Why did Carl come through the front door if the driveway's in the back?
Yeah, the whole episode where they're fixing the car by the garage, they're going out the back to get to the garage.
I'm just telling you.
This house is confusing me.
I tell you.
So he says he's going to talk to that boy right now, and Harriet quick stops him from going upstairs. Harriet calls for Eddie to come downstairs and he says he will. He's like, okay. Then he like loudly groans or something, and he's like, no, don't drink out of the toilet. And Carl's like all confused. He's like, what's going on around here? And Harriet says, it's Judy. I think I braided her hair too tight. Oh, man. And Carl, like, starts to say something, and then he's like really confused. And then he says he's going to go watch the news to see if someone else had a worse day than he did. He leaves, and Rachel says she still needs to talk to him about the dog. Harriet says she will wait till he's in a good mood. And Rachel asks when that'll be. Harriet says, let's see. He has 8 years until retirement. I'll tell him at the party.
Jeez.
But 8 years till he retires. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's not that far away.
Oh. So, new scene. It's nighttime now. The kids and the dog are up in Eddie's room. Rachel knocks on the door and comes in with a leash, food dish, water bowl, and doggy delights. Or dog treats. She tries to offer him a treat, and he's not having it.
No.
Doesn't want it.
Dog does not want that treat.
No. They sounded doggy delights. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Now another knock on the door, and Eddie asks who it is. And Carl says, it's Dad. And Eddie says, Dad who? So dumb. Then they're all like frantically trying to hide the door, like hide the dog and rush around the room like.
Yeah.
And they get the dog into the little door in the corner of the room, which, what do you think that door is?
Well, usually, houses like older houses like that, if you have like an upstairs like attic room like that, there is little doors like that.
Okay.
It's kind of like a crawl space. There's really nothing in it. Like it's more so you can get like insulation and stuff.
Oh, I get you. So, yeah. Okay. But they get the dog in the little door, and they all like suspiciously are sitting on the bed. Eddie's standing, but they're like awkward. And Carl enters, and he's confused, especially why Rachel's in the room.
Yeah.
And he asks why she's there, and she says, just hanging out, listening to music. There's no music. And Carl, again, he's confused, and he's like, but there's no music. And she says, they make their own, and they start dancing as she's singing, it's my prerogative. And they're like, oh, man, they're like...
They start all dancing.
Oh, right? Yeah, they were jamming.
Yeah.
They look good.
Who sings that, do you know?
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown sings it, okay.
Yep. And the audience loved it.
Yeah.
And they say something about, like, going on Star Search or something.
Yeah, yep.
Carl apologizes for blowing up at Eddie about the bike at dinner. He says he had a bad day and is going to turn in for the night early. It's a good thing. Yeah. He sees the dog treats, but he doesn't realize they're dog treats. He just sees stuff on the...
Rachel, it's good, because when Rachel opens up the dog treats to try to give them to her,
Right?
she rips off the tag off of it. So it's just a plastic bag. So it was a good, like, small thing.
Yeah. I
They
guess I
did
did
good
see
there.
that.
They
Yeah.
did good on that.
So he sees them. He doesn't realize they're dog treats, and he goes, "What are these?" And he eats one immediately.
Yeah.
Like, would you really ask what they are and eat them immediately? Or, like, it was just really
He
weird.
loves food, though.
Yeah. And he says, they're really good. And he's like, try one. And he hands one to each of them. They're all, like, hesitant because, of course, they know they're dog treats. But they each put one in their mouth.
Like,
He's staring. Yeah. He says goodnight. Then tells Eddie to clean his room. It smells like an animal lives in there. He leaves.
It's completely clean.
Yeah.
It's so clean in that room.
I know.
I don't understand.
Carl leaves and the girls quickly spit the treat out. And Eddie says, you know, he's right. These are good. And he takes like the whole thing of treats and starts like popping them.
He does pour them in.
Yeah. And then he still had some and he's like trying to offer it to him. Oh gosh. I that's probably one of the most I've laughed.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was hilarious. New scene in the kitchen. It is the next morning, and Laura is asking her mom if she told Dad about Mickey. Which,
so now it's Mickey.
yeah, which I thought was really weird. Like, it was just like, did you tell Dad about Mickey?
Yeah,
And it took me
none
a
of us
minute.
know who Mickey is.
Yeah, it took me a minute to be like, oh, I mean, obviously that's the dog's name,
Yeah.
but they didn't even have like a little scene where they named the dog or like whatever.
Yeah, they could have after that been like,
So what are we gonna name it?
name him.
Yeah, Mickey.
Maybe they were doing their dance party and the song came on. Hey Mickey, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey! Hey Mickey! I bet that's what it was.
Yeah, maybe.
No. Yes, that's what it was.
Right.
I'm killing it tonight with all these.
But wait, they were doing their dance party, but the song wouldn't have come on because they weren't listening to music. So it would have had to pop into one of their heads.
Well, it's not going to be Eddie's head.
Right.
It's not going to be. It's either Laura.
Right.
It's Laura.
Laura, yeah.
Yeah, Judy doesn't know anything. and
No,
Neither
Judy
does Rachel.
No.
So Laura. Okay.
Rachel, it would have been like Rico or
Yeah.
some sexy guy's name. Apparently,
You're so fun, you blow my mind, Mickey.
it's a great song.
I love that song.
Harriet says she told Carl 100 times about the dog, but he was asleep. She's so dumb. Then Carl, from upstairs, Harriet! So the whole family rushes the dog into the laundry room and quick acts like they're doing something. And I love how like Carl gives a warning whenever he's coming
Yeah.
into the room. Like, I don't know.
Why would he ever do that?
It's great when you're trying to hide a dog, I
Yeah.
guess. So Carl comes down all pissed off, miffed off. His favorite slipper is all chewed up. Now, he didn't say favorite pair of slippers.
His favorite slipper. You are right.
I just thought that was weird, but Harriet says it's just old and worn out.
No, they were shredded.
I know. Laura blames little Richie because, yeah, Carl's like, they're not worn out. They're completely ruined. Laura blames little Richie, and, like, Carl's like, this was done by something that has more than one tooth. And just then we hear scratching at the door of the laundry room. Carl asks what that noise is, and Harriet quickly is acting like nothing's happening.
Kids, did you do anything?
Yeah.
And they were all eating.
Yeah.
What were they eating?
Cereal, right?
What kind?
Oat boats.
They were eating not oat boats, but they were eating oat
Circles.
like
or-
Cheerios.
Yeah. Hey.
So
Crossover.
I figured it was a crossover.
Yeah.
Oat boats.
Oh, Mr. Oat. Mr. Boat.
Mr. Boat.
The kids say they don't hear anything either. Then a loud clatter happens, and Eddie says, I didn't hear that either. Carl tries to go in the laundry room, and Harriet blocks him. And they open the door, And out comes the dog under a big old blanket. Or whatever.
How he got underneath there.
Yeah, I don't know. Carl does like the head bob thing.
Yeah.
And pulls the blanket off, and Laura says, "Oh, look, a dog." Then the trouble music's... And after a little commercial break, we're back. And Carl is asking about the dog. Harriet tells him basically the whole story. And he complains that a rule is a rule and no pets. But now he's saying no pets.
Your father has spoken.
Carl says, case closed.
Oh, wow.
But I thought I wrote it down. He should have said his catchphrase, your father has spoken. It's an amazing catchphrase.
I don't know why they don't keep reusing that.
I know. It's total missed opportunity.
It really is.
Rachel comes down now, and she tries to play like she didn't really know that.
There's a dog?
Yeah. No, she says something like, Carl, you brought home a dog? And they're like, he knows. And then she says...
Meanwhile, little Richie is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I know. He might be napping. Or sleeping.
Okay, fine.
Or it's morning.
Yeah,
it's morning.
Fine. Fine, you're right.
Or hanging out in his crib alone.
Thank you. That's what I want to hear.
Rachel says, don't you like dogs, Carl? He says he loves dogs. But when he was 6, his dad brought home a Cocker Spaniel puppy. And he followed him every day to school and would wait for him. And Eddie interrupts to ask why Carl's father would follow him to school every day. I'm telling you, I was dying laughing during this whole episode. Carl says, the dog followed me, Edward. The dog! And Eddie's like, oh, okay. Carl goes on to say, for 10 years, him and the dog were inseparable. Then it got sick and died.
Jeez.
And he said he would get out of school after that looking for the dog, but had to remember that he wasn't there.
Wow.
Rachel starts... Oh, I mean, she's getting to be as bad an actress as Judy.
She really is.
And Carl then says, after that, he swore he would never get close to another pet again. And he's not going to put his kids through that same pain.
Wow.
Harriet tells him it was 20 years ago. Get therapy.
Yeah,
not really 26.
You want to do a little math lesson?
Yeah, let's hear your math.
Okay. What we're gonna call that segment?
I mean, education with Alex.
Do you wanna start up the education with Alex on this right now, or do you want? So let's do some education for you. 20 years ago, he was 6 years old. Right?
He'd be 26 years old.
So he's 26 right now.
Yeah,
supposedly.
Yeah, sure.
He's retiring in 8 years.
Yeah, 34.
34. He's retiring from being a police officer.
But if he's 26 now and he has a 15-year-old...
That's also true.
Yeah. So, now, in reality, a couple episodes ago, didn't they say that they've been married for 20 years?
So, yes.
So they got married at
6 years old.
Yeah, she needed to use a higher number than 20 years ago.
We'll take that back. Wait a minute. Rewind Alex's education here.
Okay.
He got the dog when he was 6. It lived for 10 years.
Oh, yes.
So when he was 16...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So figure it out. 16, 36. So he's 36.
Yeah.
8 years later...
36, 44.
44.
Yeah.
Still pretty young.
Still very young. But police officer work, I don't know.
Still seems pretty young to me.
Yeah.
But
that makes more sense. That makes sense, though. He'd be 21 when they had Eddie then.
21, but they got married when they were 16 then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well.
Bam!
So, there's some...
Alex's education 101.
You schooled him!
I schooled them!
That's your catchphrase.
Yes. I schooled them.
Oh, gosh. Let's get back on track. They start to try to convince him more, hugging on him and please from Judy. Please.
Well, not going to get the dog now.
No. He says, Oh, all right. You can keep him, but he is your responsibility. You have to feed him, walk him, and most of all, keep him away from me.
Oh. Your responsibility.
Is that a song?
I think I'm trying to put that into
My
my prerogative. Sorry.
It's their prerogative to
Keep the
track.
dog alive.
All right, so the kids are going to the mall now. So we're in a new scene. And Carl makes sure they took care of the dog and then tells them they can go as long as they put the dog in the kitchen away from him.
Right.
Perfectly fine.
I don't know why wouldn't they put him in the laundry room.
Yeah.
He's going to go get a snack.
Right, yeah. Yeah, of course. Well, and...
Or in that screen-in porch.
Right. Yeah. Is the porch still a thing?
Oh, who knows?
It
It was last episode.
It was there. He goes to read the paper, and in walks Circle again.
Urkel!
Hi, Carl. Carl looks pissed and says, "Don't you think you ought to start calling me Mr. Winslow?" Urkel says, "That's what his parents, Herb and Diana, tell him." Where's Laura? Carl says, "Gone for the day." And Urkel says, he'll wait. And he sits next to Carl.
So close.
I know.
It's like in his lap, pretty much.
Then he decides to get something to eat from their fridge. Urkel does. He goes in and the dog bites onto his shirt as Urkel starts freaking out and like coming,
Yeah.
"Stop! Ah! Stop!" He's so scared. He's like climbs up on like the piano
Yeah.
to get away, and the dog finally lets go, and then he says he's got to run. "But have Laura call me. Cute dog. I think he likes me." Then when Urkel leaves, Carl looks at the dog and says, "Good dog. Good dog." Oh, man. We now get a message, words along saying 2 weeks later. Eddie and Judy come down saying they had it with the dog. He ate some of Eddie's homework.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
And then, like, Harriet says, "Why don't you just tell your teacher your dog ate your homework?" And he said, "I used that excuse before we got the dog." Something happened with Judy. I don't know what. They didn't even,
Oh, what was it? It doesn't matter.
I think she came down with something that was stupid, but they didn't say what it was, I don't think. I don't think they said what happened. She just was with Eddie or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Laura comes in with her science project and it's ruined. She says something about it's the solar system that she built.
Yeah, her and Judy both had like balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, Judy or Laura's is her science project.
Yeah, because then she says, "Mickey took a bite out of Pluto."
I get it.
Now Carl comes in all jazzed. He says, "This dog is a genius." He gets Mickey to sit and speak.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I sure wish our kids were this well behaved. Cracks up. And he goes off to work. And Mickey immediately, like the minute he's out the door, Mickey jumps up to the table, steals some bacon, and runs off. And Harriet starts running after it, and Rachel quick asks where her workout suit is while Harriet's on the run.
What's Harriet gonna do? Gonna eat that bacon?
Yeah. Oh, what was the point? I mean, I guess scold the dog or something, but like,
Mickey, come back out!
yeah. I thought she said something like, "Come back with that."
Yeah.
So it's like, no, she's not going to get the bacon and salvage anything. But Rachel wants to know where her workout suit is. It's in the laundry room, Harriet quick tells her, and she goes to get it. And then,
So ridiculous.
it was ruined by Mickey. Harriet says, "Well, he is a dog. What do you expect? Not to rip up clothes, I guess." But then Laura looks and says, "Isn't that your new silk blouse?" And she looks, and it's all ripped up, too. And she immediately says, "That's it. That dog is out of here."
What?
Oh, man. 2 weeks with this dog.
2 weeks.
They are ready to give it the...
You get a stray dog. 2 weeks. Go on.
Yeah. New scene, in walks Carl, immediately asking where Mickey is. And everyone seems pissed, but like Carl's all jazzed up still.
Yeah.
He got him a Frisbee.
How nice is that?
I know, he's so sweet. And Harriet tells him to sit down. They need to talk. And Harriet says, it's about Mickey. And Carl looks all like scared. Is he sick? Is he lost? He's like...
He's really concerned.
And they say he is in the garage because he's destructive.
They put him in the garage now?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's... Hey. They don't want him to ruin everything.
Just wait for what's on the mind of Alex.
I'm scared. He says, that doesn't sound like his sweet, playful little puppy. Harriet says, around you, he's Benji. Around us, he's Cujo. Taking it a little extreme, I think. Carl tries to defend the dog, and they say he needs to live in the country, not the city. Somewhere he can be more active and outside. Like they say something about a farm or something, and Carl says, we'll sell the house and buy a farm. Man, he loves this dog. They all agree they feel this way about the dog. All of them. Come on.
Estelle?
Yeah, they haven't even gotten her voice in this for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He says he'll find this dog a nice home, but he wants to be the one to break it to him. Then he says, I didn't want to say this, but he isn't real fond of you either. So he goes out onto the back porch. It's back again. Woo! Which, I was confused. The dog's on the swing on the back porch.
I thought he was in the garage.
I thought so too. There's a lot in that back porch. He could destroy that back porch.
Nobody knows where they put the dog.
Yeah. Maybe they put him in the garage and he got out.
Yeah.
Carl comes out and looks at him all lovingly. I thought it was really cute too, because he looks. Camera shows the dog, then it shows Carl, then it shows the dog, then Carl, and he's got just a sad sweet look towards the dog. And then we cue up the music, and Carl says, "Well, big guy, I guess you and I have to say goodbye." He sits and pets the dog, saying it's hard for him too. He says he made a few phone calls and found him a real good home in the country. Found you someone who will take you hunting, fishing. A lot of space for him to dig holes and chase rabbits, and a whole forest for him to chew on. He says, that sounds okay, right? And he gets up and Mickey follows him and whimpers.
Oh, jeez.
And Carl says, I'm really going to miss you too. It was nice knowing you. He pets him and kind of gives him a little hug.
Yeah, wow.
And then goes in the house or whatever.
Is that the scene?
Well,
oh, jeez.
And new scene. Carl comes into the house alone from the living room. Not from the back porch, because he said he just dropped Mickey off at his new home. Harriet asks how it went. He says,
why does Harriet care?
Yeah, exactly. Carl says, there was a lot of whimpering and a lot of sniffling. And Rachel interrupts and says, yeah, but how did Mickey take it?
Damn.
I know. He says, okay, I guess. I'm going to miss him. And they all sit down and talk to Carl, saying he'll love it on the farm, though. And Judy says, hey, you still have us. And Carl,
for now.
Yeah. And Carl does a little half smile. And now the door opens and Urkel enters. Hi, everybody. Carl says, I swear I locked that door. And Urkel goes, you did. I took the liberty of making my own key.
No way!
Carl asks what he wants, and he says, well, besides Laura.
Jeez.
And he has a big gift bag with him. He squeezes over by Laura, next to Laura, and he says, from his window, he had noticed that they got rid of the dog, but realizes every man should have a pet, so he brought him this. And he brings out an ant farm.
Oh.
And Carl looks, and it's empty. And Urkel says he brought some from his own supply. And he holds up a jar full of ants. And he says there's 5,000 in there, including a pregnant queen. And as he shows Carl, he sort of like falls over and it dumps. The jar lid comes off and the whole jar falls on the coffee table.
Oh my gosh.
And it's can you imagine 5,000 ants?
Just roaming around.
Yeah.
Did you ever have an ant farm?
No, I never had an ant farm.
I did. I had one.
Yeah.
It was actually really cool, but then it was like, I look back at it, it's just really weird. Why do you have ants? But it is really cool to see them like
make their little tunnel.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing yours.
Yeah. But it is just like I got ants in my house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Pretty strange. Yeah. So the ants are all over, and he's just trying to like gather them, and everyone's freaking out. And
He was freaking out because he didn't want him to step on the queen. Right?
yeah. I can't remember what he was yelling though, but yeah, he's the queen, the queer.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the end. That's the end of the episode. I would say there's not really a happy ending on this one.
No.
At all. So we've reached the point. What is on the mind of Alex in this one?
There's a lot of things.
Oh,
like
sure.
This is the biggest jackass move you can ever make.
Yeah. Yeah.
This dog didn't do anything.
Right.
Honestly.
I mean, he did dog stuff that takes some time to train them out.
You got to train the dog.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything.
I mean, and I know we've had this conversation because I have my dog in a kennel.
Yeah.
Or in a crate.
Right.
Whatever. And you said you never had a crate.
Right.
So, like, that's a step.
Right.
Put him in a crate when you're not around, or put him in a crate when, he's getting out of hand or whatever, there's behavior things
just
you
let
can
him
do.
roam.
Yeah.
Bro, I had him for 2 weeks. He was a stray.
Yeah.
So at one point, this is what pissed me off too, because Harriet is like, Carl, he's just a big dog. We don't have room for a big dog. He's not big at all.
He's not big, and they have a huge house.
They have a huge...
It's not like they're in an apartment.
He needs more space to roam. He's an outdoor dog.
Yeah.
That is not an outdoor dog.
No. And Carl even said, because she said he's an outdoor... Okay, if you don't have a backyard, that's one thing.
Right.
But
they do have a backyard.
Right, but then Carl even says he takes him to the park.
Yeah.
And he bought him a Frisbee.
Yeah.
For him to take at the park. Right.
It's crazy. I definitely don't like how they say, we're going to take him out to the country. Because you've always been grown up to know if any animal is going to the country, it means they're getting killed.
Put down, yeah.
So why are we using that? Like, I mean, kids are going to think that this dog is dead.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Old Yeller.
Oh, yeah. Like, the Winslows are not good people when it comes to animals.
No. It was just sad because Carl really, he didn't like it, loved him, now he's got to get rid of him.
And I love the dog.
Yeah.
I realized also while we were talking through this episode, we were talking about like it's not like the best dog to use.
Right.
The reason is you can't see the dog's facial expressions, the cuteness.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like a longer haired dog.
Yeah.
So usually like when they use dogs in shows and stuff, you can see facial expressions of the dog. Like the ears move and stuff. And this dog was just like stone-faced, like no real emotions. Obviously, the squeaking or the groaning of the dog is made up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Gosh,
I
hate the Winslows in this episode.
I know. They're, other than Carl.
Yeah, other than Carl and Estelle.
Estelle, obviously.
Yeah,
Would she have wanted to keep the dog? Do you think?
Yeah, but wow, I just. I was mad.
Yeah.
After watching this episode.
It was a sad one. I was actually a little choked up during that sentimental part because he's saying bye to the dog. It was sad. All right, now Family Matters trivia. This episode marks the first real time that Urkel says, "Did I do that?"
Nice.
Did I do that? He doesn't do it in his Urkel way yet, but because he said it after the ship fell. But before we heard it in one of those cold opens, but
Right.
this is the first real time he actually did it. This was the first episode to air in the 90s.
Nice.
For Family Matters.
What a way to bring in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. This episode is titled Man's Best Friend, which refers to how dogs are known as man's best friend. And not that that's trivia. Most people would catch on to that. But I just thought it was cool because this week we did sisterly love, which is the take on brotherly love, a saying. And then this is man's best friend. It's just kind of cool that those linked up. And the other thing, just kind of a screw up. Steve's socks are black before the dog barks at him. And then when he's running away, Steve's socks are white.
Oh, wow.
So they were
good catch.
filmed in different
Wow, good
times
catch.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I this is not in my trivia, but I'm going to say it anyways. So this week I watched something on YouTube, and I saw, you remember Ren Stevens from Even Stevens?
Yeah.
So she does these like YouTube clips where she sits down with people and watches episodes that they were in.
Okay.
She sat down with DJ for something.
Oh,
for
really?
A little bit, and then she sat down with Jaleel White, Urkel, for something, and they watched part of his first episode. And so I'm like, how weird, because we just did that one. So I watched it, the little bit of his first episode one, and he was talking about how, he was just written in for that one episode, and then he like went back to school. Like he was like
just a normal kid again.
Yeah, he went back to school, and then like he went one day and got a call, or his parents or whatever, he got a call that said, hey, they loved you. They rewrote future episodes to incorporate you in.
Wow.
So they had already written like this episode without Urkel in it.
So I wonder how it went.
Yeah, I mean,
so do you think they had to write out Mother Winslow then?
maybe.
Oh, that's
Maybe
probably
she
what
was in it.
Yeah.
True. So, yeah, but I thought that was cool. That was the only interesting thing about the first episode. They were cracking up. It was just funny to see him cracking up about, like, the bulbs on the bottom of the thing, and, like, he was just cracking up at himself or whatever.
No, that's cool, because he remembers all that.
Yeah. So, the next episode of Family Matters is Baker's Dozen.
Ooh.
Is it Rachel?
Baker's?
Baking? Baking was
Oh,
up her alley.
I thought maybe Joey and Jesse are getting stoned. They're getting baked.
Yeah, and they'll show up at the Winslow's front porch.
That's where he took the dog.
Yeah. We got your dog.
We got your dog, dude. Dude.
I'm Mr. Willpower, dudes. All right, so I earlier mentioned that I had some trivia about Jodie Sweetin.
Yeah.
Little Stephanie. This is, okay, so just some background information about her, and some things that people may or may not know. So she was born January 19th, 1982.
Okay.
So she's, 4 years older than me and 5 years older than you. She was born while her biological parents were in prison.
Oh, wow. What?
So, yeah. She was brought up and later adopted by her uncle Sam, who was a handyman, and his wife Janice.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's not her aunt?
It was, I think it said it was his second wife.
Okay.
So, yeah,
okay.
not her true aunt or whatever. I guess, I don't know how you...
Gotcha. I get it. Sorry.
Yeah. But her biological father is 1/4 Native American.
Oh,
so
wow.
that makes her, 1/8?
1/8 then.
Native American. She began studying ballet and tap dancing when she was just 3 years old. 3 years old. Tap dancing and balleting, and she also took dance classes. And when she was 14 and Full House had ended, she began an alcohol addiction.
At 14?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was 14, and it was just when Full House basically ended. She started an addiction with alcohol, and she ventured into drugs like ecstasy, meth, and crack over the course of 15 years. So from 14 to 30.
How did she get at 14? It's not that easy to get alcohol at 14.
Well, if you're a star, of a show, I guess. But she says now that she's clean and sober since 2008. She's been clean and sober.
Wow.
Which is awesome. But the biggest thing I wanted to talk about, because I think a lot of people know that she was kind of in and out of drugs.
Right.
I mean, for the most part. But the biggest thing I wanted to mention is that she was actually in every episode of Full House and Fuller House. And she is the only cast member that was in every single episode of both.
Wow.
So, like, DJ, I think I read, was not in one episode of Full House for some reason.
Probably was sick or something.
Yeah, I don't know I can't remember. I might pull that out
That's
somewhere.
weird.
But, so she was the only one. Because then, like, Joey, Uncle Jesse, and Danny aren't in Fuller House as much as the girls. And then Michelle isn't at all in Fuller House. So, leaves her as the only one. Let's bring it on to bedtime story here. Tuck us in for the night.
Bedtime stories with yours truly, Alex.
So, we used to have when I was young, as a family, we used to have a meaner dog, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it didn't like anybody but the family. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But every night, my dad would let the dog out. Okay. Well, come to find out, we started to notice that all these stray dogs, like Mickey, would come to the house.
Really?
And wait for Lucy to get out of the pen. And then they would just take off into the night. And Lucy would be there in the morning.
What?
When they were kids, yeah. You never knew that
No.
story? So it was really weird. And it was like, it reminded me of like Lady and the Tramp kind of stuff. You know how there's all these different dogs in there?
Yeah.
That I swear, I might get fact checked on this one.
Right.
And it can happen. We came home one night and there was like 4 dogs up by the front door. And it was like, I swear, it was like a wiener dog, like a lab, like all different mixes. Short, tall, fat. And then, like, I just remember my dad going out back, opening the gate door, and the dog would take off, and they would all take off. Like, they were a gang. It was like a whole pack of dogs then.
Can Lucy go out
Can
to play?
So, yeah, it was just crazy. Because
That's awesome.
That was, I don't know what the dog ever did.
Yeah.
Like, what it got into.
Right.
But, I mean, the dog was, unlike the Winslows,
Right.
we didn't want to, like, go take the dog somewhere else because, I mean, the dog would probably have been put down.
Right.
Because it was mean. So we had it was in a good-sized pen.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
And, I mean, but...
And it could go inside the garage, right?
Yeah, I had it inside.
Pen, yeah.
I had a pen inside and a pen outside.
It was nice.
But, I mean, Dad obviously wanted it to, like, stretch its legs, so he would just let it go at night. And it would come back every...
So weird.
I don't know if he did it every night, but, I mean...
Enough
that the dog would come back every...
That's great.
It's crazy in my mind today, because I would never do that with my dog.
No, that's weird.
And for my dad just be like, yeah! And for all those stray dogs just to show up, it was just crazy. I swear that happened.
Yeah.
Like, I am not making that up.
I have a couple memories of your dog Lucy.
Yeah.
The elevation that dog had.
Dog.
It could jump 6 feet straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Not from all fours. Like,
Yeah.
boing.
Yeah, it was just gone. Yeah, we had to put a topper on.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And
And the top had a bow in it because it
Just keep bouncing,
kept the
yeah.
chain going.
Two more things, and then
Okay.
the bedtime story will end.
Yeah.
I think the reason my dad had to start letting it out because she chewed through the metal fence.
Oh.
So, like,
Wow.
she had no teeth.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
she
kinda remember that.
used to chew through the metal fence to get out because of the
Jeez.
a lot of it was because of fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
handle the fireworks.
Right.
But that was that. And this kind of brings everything in from the 90s. So she used to play tetherball with us.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
would hit it and then tetherball.
Uh-huh.
So me and her were playing one time, and she hit it so hard, it swung around and came back and hit me and knocked me, and I just started bawling my eyes out. We thought it was the funniest thing ever. So we sent the film to Family Video.
To Danny Tanner.
America's Funniest. We seriously did.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing ever. We always watch for all the episodes, and nothing ever happened.
I remember hearing when you guys sent that, and I was so thrilled. And I remember your mom being like, I'd never did anything. What? That's so funny, though.
It was funnier than half the shit on there. It really was. I don't know if it was like too mean or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was just like any of those other clips when the kids fall down and cry and,
Or the baseball to the wiener.
Yeah. It was like that, but it was a dog that was actually playing tetherball.
Yeah.
So, good night, all my friends. Just think of me when you're tucking in those sheets. Those are my arms wrapping around you to give you a good night hug.
Yeah, I'm going to have a nightmare tonight. All right, so if you didn't quick turn this off after that saying, that should not be your catchphrase for that. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of TGIF Renegades.
Combat at choo choo choo.
Please join us every Friday for a new episode of our show. And if you need to keep up with Family Matters and Full House, flip on Hulu. They're on there. You can take a look at how sad this episode really was.
Really sad.
Also, if you've ever thought of, hey, I should make a podcast because I like to talk and I like to watch TV or whatever you like to do and talk about, you should do it. It's fun and and if Alex can do it,
I think anybody can.
If you want a good place to start, try podbean.com.
Yep.
That's where we started, and they make it real easy for you. And if you want to get a free month of a podcast, a free start, go to podbean.com/TGIF Renegades. Sign up there, and you'll get your free month, and then you're on the hook for your own crap.
We drink one to you, Podbeam.
But again, thanks for listening. And if you need to know where to keep up with us on social media, or you need to figure out where else to listen to us, go to TGIFrenegades.com, and that's where all the information is at.
And like we always say,
thank
God
it's Friday!
Hey, Kenny, grab me another beer.